We are going to interview some really epic people. They're both super hot, so I gotta put a little bit on my face. Joe's been feeding me. Gotta grab. We're gonna go and meet up with them. I think like the frizz hair is gonna have to be a part of Real Talk with Kristen, so. Practicing my cue card, you know, this is a serious business.
Ready to go?
Ready.
All right.
Ahoy friends! Welcome to another episode of Real Talk with Kristen. As always, I am your host, Kristen.
We be faster than Jacob.
Can't stop, won't stop. I can't stop, won't stop. I can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop.
Today we are joined by some massive Instagram influencers. They are quickly approaching 500,000 followers on Instagram, and if you don't know who they are, you've probably been living under a rock. This is Jake and Marie. They promote a healthy lifestyle, share epic travel, and are open and honest about their love story. So today I'm going to go through a few icebreaker questions just to get us warmed up. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Yeah, definitely. Chocolate or vanilla? Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Biggest pet peeve?
Biggest pet peeve? I would have thought yours would be like messiness or something.
Yeah, probably. And yours?
Man, that's hard to do.
Yeah,
babies on planes.
Yeah, that's a good one. Something you wouldn't do for $1 million?
Promote something that we're not allowed.
I say this every time. Work with Coca-Cola.
Awesome. Do you like olives?
Yes.
What is your favorite emoji?
Probably the one that's crying when something's funny.
Yeah.
Like a waterfall cry.
I think I like the pray one.
Is it wrong for vegetarians to eat animal crackers?
Is that like prawn crackers or?
No, like the shapes of.
I think that's
I
fine.
think that's probably okay.
Good one. From 1 to 10, how hot do you like your shower?
12.
6.
And lastly, do you like pina coladas or getting caught in the rain?
I'm getting caught in the rain.
Yes. So I personally started following you guys about a year ago in South Australia. We had a photo at the same spot. I had messaged you months later that I was too chicken to meet up with you, and I'm so glad that right now in Kuala Lumpur, where you're living now, that I wasn't chicken to meet up with you guys.
We're very happy about it too. Yeah, exactly. Our 4th day.
Yeah, this is our 4th day. Can you just talk about why you started your Instagram and what set you apart from other Instagrammers?
I think the original idea of our Instagram was just to share our travels with family and friends. We were traveling all around the world. We just wanted to share those photos and those memories we were making together, and it had nothing to do with building a big Instagram account.
I think as it went along, we both had a knack for having an eye for good photography and maybe a bit of raw talent, but we really started to get into the process and started to love taking photos, and we were doing it every single day, even when we had 0 followers, because we just really enjoyed it. And a couple people mentioned to us that we'd inspired them to chase their dreams or to be in a relationship with someone who they thought it wouldn't work with because they're from different countries. From that, we were like, wow, if we tell a bit about our story and, you know, really give a bit of ourselves, we could probably help a few people. And then that's why we started writing long captions. You know, we're explaining how we decided to live in a van and chase love and, you know, quit our jobs and whatever. And then I think people really started to resonate with that.
Jake, you're from Australia. Marie, you're from Germany. Could you just give us a little rundown about how you met and how you became Marie and Jake?
But yeah, we met on an island called Koh Tao, and it happened pretty much right away that we got along so well.
Yeah, I was 6 weeks into an 8-week trip with a couple of friends, and we met on the beach and just clicked. After the first day we met, Marie was supposed to come out that night and then she missed out, but then we met up the next day. Like 2 days later, we were telling each other we loved each other and that we wanted to make it work. I think it was Marie, she sort of said, okay, no games. Like, is this what you want? Could you see yourself being with me? And for the first time I was like, wow, like that is forward. I have to make a decision like now. And something was different. And so yeah, even after 4 days, we sort of knew that this was something special. It got crazy.
Yeah.
It got crazy.
Jake flew to Cambodia. Me and my friend, we already had booked flights to Vietnam, and then pretty much Jake arrived in Cambodia and decided to catch a bus to then meet us.
I was in Cambodia for 4 hours and I was like, nope. I gave his and my passport to some random Cambodian guy with $210 US for him to go and get us like last minute visas. Luckily, they came back, we jumped on the bus, and then we met up in Vietnam and spent 2 weeks together, and then that was it. Yeah, we pretty much tied it up after that.
Well, I'm happy you guys have done that. I had chills throughout that. So you guys have talked about being plant-based, you promote healthy living. How has living this way impacted your lives?
We always say it's the second most important thing we did in our lives after we committed to each other. Jake was already vegan when we met and didn't really force me into it, which was amazing.
Once you've done the research, and we've talked about this a lot extensively in our previous dates,
So there's no way back, really.
You can't turn back from that information. And the information's there, you just have to dig really deep to find it. And we're talking like the health benefits and the negative side effects of eating animal products. I suppose, inhumane practices of what we do to animals. I don't think anyone would support that if they really knew what was going on. And then also the environmental impact. There's like 3 pillars that hold it up. And once you know all of that stuff, when you're eating a plant-based diet, it's almost like good karma. Like your conscience lifts, you know you're doing the right thing, and then you're just super healthy. We don't want to be preachy vegans or, you know, there's such a bad stereotype, but for anyone out there, if you're considering it, it will change your life. Guaranteed.
It's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah.
You can't turn back from that information. You start to feel guilt.
What type of motivation drives you, and do you have any tips for people who are looking into better themselves?
I think traveling is the first step for anyone that begins to start improving their life, because once you get out of your bubble, your hometown bubble, where everyone does the same thing, you know, for me it was playing football, drinking on the weekends, going back to work during the week, and then you travel and you start to meet all these different people who are doing different things and working online or having these strange lifestyles that you've never seen before. All of a sudden this light bulb sort of clicks and you go, what else is there? So traveling is what sort of is like the key that unlocks a closed mind.
I think it is really hard for people like me. After school I started studying and working right away, so you kind of feel like you don't even have time to improve or to have hobbies even. And for me it was even hard to go to the gym or work out. Yeah, for us, being able to be our own boss now and work for ourselves, we've always loved to get inspired by other people, whether it's on Instagram, people we meet, or people that have had businesses for years, and they can just, they have so much knowledge that we just love to inhale.
I think the main source of inspiration and motivation for us now is books, podcasts, and conversations with people that we really aspire to or really look up to or can learn a lot from. And that's what it's all about for us now, because we've experienced so much happiness and joy and success through constantly being open to change and growing.
Making any steps towards improving is doing something. If you can't be 100% plant-based, just people forget that you can take steps towards that.
And not only that, when you're back home, you don't have access to that information. People aren't talking about it. Whereas when you're traveling or when you're getting out there into the world, you do open yourself up to receiving that information.
We've spent some time together, we've seen kind of your process and the amount of work that you actually have to put in, and I don't think people always realize that.
Yeah.
So if you can talk a little bit about how many hours you put in and what it actually takes to grow and maintain this type of lifestyle that you guys are living.
I think we should start with, firstly, it's very hard to grow a big Instagram account overnight. I would say it's not really possible, but I would say for at least 1.5 years we've taken it very seriously. And since May last year, we've gone full time, which means we haven't had a day off. We work from sunrise to sunset, and after that we're editing, putting a post up, replying to messages.
12 to 16 hour days for sure, because we always shoot sunrise most days and then we'll shoot sunset. And then depending on which country we're in, our posting time can be, for example, in New Zealand, our posting time was at 1:30 in the morning, AM. And so we were up all day, we'd go to bed at 2 and be up at 6. So we were sleeping for 4 hours when we were in New Zealand. And our posting times are based on the US and Europe. So we have to post whenever it's best for those guys. So if we're in Asia, we're posting at like 11 PM. And so when we're in the Philippines, we would post at 11 PM and then 4 AM and then be up at 6 for sunrise. So we
realized there are apps out there that you can use to schedule your posts, but we realized if we interact with those people that are liking our posts right away, it's just, we're getting the most out of it, the most engagement. So we did that, yeah. So
it's a lot of work, but when you love it, it doesn't feel like work, but it's also consistency. We posted 900 photos over 900 days in a row. We weren't even trying to, it wasn't even a dream of ours to grow it. It was just something that we enjoyed and we wanted to do and we wanted to share.
And then maybe at one point you can create something that can be your job. And luckily it happened for us, but
it wouldn't have changed anything. We would have kept doing it. That's the key. We would have been doing it anyway. And so we enjoy the hard work, I suppose.
What would you say for you is the best part about this lifestyle?
Working remote, so being able to live wherever you are, move around, see so much from this beautiful world, and also inspiring people.
I think Marie's missing the #1 thing.
Being together. It's so, I forgot because it's so normal to me.
When we first started out, our #1 motivation and the only reason that we were able to just do it no matter what was because we were like, hey, if we can be online and we can do this, we can be together. And you're from Germany, I'm from Australia. If we're online, it won't matter where we are, we can still make an income and we can still be happy. And so that motivation there was the strongest motivation we could have ever had. It's just to be together. We're very lucky.
And she was saying that as that's assumed already, like that she was expanding on it. It was just like, that's an assumption.
I don't assume those kind of things.
We are one, so I'm not even thinking about you being your own person.
I'm just like this thing that's attached to the side of her body.
Awesome. One thing I really like about you guys, you seem very selective about any promotions or ads. It seems that you're very conscious about it. It seems like you take your social responsibility very seriously.
The good thing is, or the good thing was, when we started that we were always saving money. We were working in a seasonal job for a few months and then we were able to travel, even when we started to do our Instagram. So we didn't really need the money from small jobs to promote watches or to giveaways or all those things that you can do.
And it was never about money for us.
Yeah.
It never started being about money. It never grew into being about money. It's never been about money. And our message and our brand and our social responsibility is infinitely more important than any amount of money anyone could ever give us. And that's what we said before. Coca-Cola could approach us tomorrow and say, here's $1 million, you just have to be in an advert. And we would say no, because we know for a fact that Coca-Cola is unhealthy for kids. And we would never want to be the face of that. And this is where a lot of smaller accounts who are just starting out, this is where they make a huge mistake, is early on, they think that it's what they need to be doing is collaborating with brands and, you know, and they promote these products and these brands that they don't really care about. They're not passionate about. And we didn't collaborate with anyone until we were over 100,000 followers. And then we started to go, maybe we can sort of promote products that would really give value to people.
And also we realized if we create our own products that really help people,
yeah,
that have a really good price, that could be something that makes us an income so we can keep traveling.
The key message from us to anyone out there trying to grow their social media brand is your brand is worth more than anything anyone can pay for. Your brand, not someone else's. You don't want to be a puppet for someone else's brand unless it really aligns with what you're all about.
I think we kind of touched on it, but your account is really genuine and transparent.
Our Instagram is literally like an extension of ourselves. Everything that we put in there is us and genuinely us. And if you do that, that's sustainable long term because you're not trying to be anyone else. You're not trying to be something that you're not, which after a while would start to get draining. Being genuine and giving value is the most important thing to us by far. And it has helped us grow quick.
And also just be always yourself and also show things that you think are not perfect because people want to see you're a normal person. And I think that's really important. So
as soon as you put yourself up on this pedestal and you become a celebrity or whatever, people they'll follow you, but they're not interested anymore. It's just entertainment. They're not getting any real value.
I would like to give a testimonial. I got to meet these guys and they are the real deal. They are so wonderful. They are starting up a YouTube channel more so now. We are going to link everything below, their website, their YouTube, their Instagram.
These guys are teaching us a lot about YouTube. We know that through YouTube and through video we can provide a lot more value. So yeah, so it's a weekly vlog every Friday and then a weekly lesson, story, message, tutorial on Tuesday.
Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. If you liked it, toss it a thumbs up. Please go check them out or I will hunt you down. Peace.
we're learning stuff.
Ready?
Camera's rolling.
Ready?
We are rolling.
Ready?
Is that okay that I have my foot here? Or does that look weird?
Looks a little weird. This one's just on them, right? So you can cut me out.
Got you. Can put it down.
Okay, thanks. So, I keep saying so.
You should put that in.
Yeah. Put that in. Is it okay? Any tips? Thank you! You're welcome.